Alliances and joint ventures. Do you currently have any established joint venture partnerships? JVs involve two or more businesses who decide to form a partnership to share markets or endorse a specific product or service to their customer base, usually under a revenue-sharing arrangement. The key to creating successful joint ventures is to find partners who service the exact same type of clients who need or want what you sell. Let's revisit the florist. One of the most financially lucrative product lines for a florist is providing flowers for weddings. The average floral bill for a wedding often exceeds $3,000. But what we discovered about florists is they fall into what we refer to as an event chain. An event chain simply refers to a series of businesses whose customers purchase in a specific sequence. For example, a wedding will never take place until an engagement ring is purchased from a jeweler. So, jewelers are at the forefront of every wedding chain. Once proposal is accepted, this event chain kicks into high gear. First, this couple knows exactly where they want to get married, so number one on the agenda is to book the location for the ceremony. Second on the list is to line up a wedding planner. Weddings today are a really big deal, and often couples like to use the services of a professional wedding planner. Next up, they want to secure the venue for the reception. Most venues book out months in advance, so locking in that venue is high on the priority list. After that comes the wedding attire, so the search begins for the perfect dress and suit at an affordable price. Next is our florist. The happy couple will want to begin selecting the floral arrangements for both the wedding and the reception. Then, after the florist comes the wedding cake, the printer for the invitations and thank you cards, and she may also be interested in hiring a limo, DJ, travel agent for the honeymoon, hotel, catering, and so on. This event chain is typical of this industry. And for the florist, it specifically identifies a multitude of potential and very lucrative JV partners. But here's why this becomes so important. Every selection before the florist has the potential to endorse and send prospects to the florist. Unfortunately, the florist has no control over that flow of prospects. Every business prior to the florist controls the JV relationship, so it's critical the florist creates such a compelling offer and relationship with these businesses they feel obligated to send prospects their way. But here's what's even better. The florist controls the prospect flow to all the businesses after them in the chain. By establishing specific processes and procedures to make sure their customers use those businesses, the florist can negotiate compelling offers with those business owners as well. So, consider these numbers. Let's say this florist cultivates a JV relationship with at least one of each business throughout this entire chain. Staying ultra-conservative with our estimates, would you agree this florist is likely to obtain at least one referral each month from just one of the businesses prior to them in the selection process? Would you also agree conservatively the florist could easily send at least one referral to each business after them in the chain? Keep in mind these are extremely conservative estimates we're using here. Since the average floral bill for a wedding is $3,000, one referral per month from the businesses before the florist increases their annual revenue by $36,000. Now let's consider the businesses after the florist where the florist controls the referrals. Let's start with the wedding cake maker. The sales price for a wedding cake is generally $1,000, and the florist could easily negotiate a 10% referral fee. So, just a single referral per month produces an additional annual increase of $1,200 for the florist. Now consider the printer. The average sales price for printing is $1,000, and the florist again could receive a 10% referral fee, so that single referral per month produces an additional annual increase of another $1,200. If we stop there, this florist has just increased their annual revenue by nearly $40,000, and that's using ridiculously conservative numbers. Imagine if you continue to add up the revenue produced by all the additional referral fees the florist would earn from all the other vendors in this chain. This same process holds true for businesses that aren't in a chain. But just like the florist, they simply identify partners who service the exact same type of clients who need or want what they sell. Now I realize this looks easy, but it's not. And here's why. You not only have to properly identify who would make an excellent joint venture partner for your business, but you also must determine the order to approach each one, how to approach them, and when to approach them. It's critical you do this properly, or you wind up burning through all your potential JV partners and come out with nothing in return. Let me ask you a quick question. Just off the top of your head, how many potential JV partners would you estimate might be a fit for what you sell? Would you believe I could likely identify more than a dozen for your industry? So conservatively, how many referrals would you estimate might be possible if a dozen other businesses were compelled to refer their customers to you for additional purchases? Conservatively, let's say you only get 3 referrals every month who buy from you. That's less than 1 per week. How much additional revenue would that add monthly? Now multiply that by 12 to see your annual revenue increase. One more thing before we move on. Remember earlier we discussed the critical importance of creating a highly compelling informational offer promising so much value to prospects they would knock your door down to get it? Suppose the florist offered this informational offer in their marketing: 5 things every bride should know to avoid disaster on their wedding day. This offer would place tons of prospects into their drip campaign and result in a tremendous increase in sales. Those new sales can then be referred to their new JV partners, and they collect multiple referral fees every month. This would absolutely dwarf the revenue we just uncovered for the florist in this example. What I find really exciting about JVs is this strategy is easy to implement with clients immediately, and it begins generating instant cash flow for them right out of the gate. Maybe it's time to start creating your JV list?